Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes. And as usual, we're going to start off with a replay. And this is a game I played with the Spitfires in green and brown against the New York Knights, who are in white and silver, of course. And this is on all Madden difficulty.
All right.
Okay, I switched the Spitfires to all Madden difficulty.
Are the zombies here?
Oh no, is this the zombies?
Yeah, this is zombies here.
Oh, pardon me. Yes, it's the zombies. All right, this is still on All Pro then. I got confused because I played a few games with the my Spitfires franchise
On all Madden.
All Madden this week.
Yep.
In preparation for a possible new season.
Yeah, because you want to do a new Cupcake team and a new Cupcake series on all Madden.
That's right. So I've started experimenting with that. But anyway, back to this. So anyways, here's the situation. It's third down and long.
Yep.
I think if you look at where the chain gang is set up there, it's about third down and 10 or third down and 9 or something like that. Third down and 8 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third down and 9. I'd say, no, that's maybe even 10.
Okay, well.
That's 10.
Anyway, it's third down and long, so it's a passing situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got my 3-3 nickel out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 5 man-to-man under 2.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys came out with an I formation with twin wide receivers on the one side. And what they did, of course, is they left both running backs into block, and then they sent the slot guy and the tight end both into the middle of the field.
Yep.
So the only really guy left that they have a hope to throw a ball to is the outside receiver who's running an out.
Yep.
So if we watch, though, watch the matchup between the cornerback and that wide receiver. And this is something that really annoyed me at the time, even though it worked out okay for me in the end. But watch how number 33 covers this. And in my opinion, this is wrong. Okay, there is no way in this situation that the cornerback should even attempt to do what he tries to do here. He stops, turns around, and then tries for an interception on this play. Okay, and that might make for good highlight reel bullshit, but he misses it because he mistimes it. And if this receiver catches this ball, I mean, I was lucky that this pass was an out that was close enough to the sideline that he ran out of bounds anyway. And as it turned out, they called that a catch, and I had to challenge it and get it overturned. So it ended up being ruled an incomplete pass because he literally had both feet in the white stripe there at the sideline before he even caught the ball.
Yeah, what a terrible spot.
Well, what a terrible call, right? The referees, must be blind in this game or something because he got no feet in bounds, right?
Yep.
But anyway, that wasn't really the thing I was complaining about so much, although that's bad. What I was complaining about was the way the corner played this, because it's third down and 9, and if you have time to stop, turn around, and then make a jump at the ball like this, why wouldn't you just run behind that receiver and maybe stick one hand up while you're running to try and bat the ball away? And if that fails, well, then all you got to do is push that guy in the back to push him out of bounds.
Yep.
And he's not going to get the first down. So really, these leaping interception attempts and all that kind of BS, those things should have some context. There should be certain situations where defenders will attempt something like that, and other situations where they will not.
Yeah, that's exceptionally uncoordinated, too.
Yeah, well, it was a terrible timed thing, right? And this guy is the number one corner. He's like the best defensive back on the team.
Yeah, that's Grandma.
Yeah, so
We call him Grandma because
yeah,
his name
we
is
call him
Grandmont.
Grandmont, but still, that is wrong. And the thing that compounds this and makes it even more annoying is that if this receiver had been in the end zone and this pass was going into the end zone, well, Grandmont wouldn't have tried to do that. He would have just run with the receiver and then tried to tackle him after he caught the ball for a touchdown.
Yep.
So there's no proper context there. And I think what they should have done, I don't know exactly how they structure, like the decision making for what animation will be chosen on any particular play by a player. But what in this particular situation, if you want to move the blue circle just up to behind where the receiver is just before he goes out of bounds,
Okay.
Okay, the only reason that Grandmont should even go for an interception in this case is if there's another defender standing within 5 yards right behind that receiver.
Yep.
Okay, right in that area. Because then he knows that he's got help and support right there. You know?
And it's not a huge risk.
But if there's no help nearby, then what he has to do is he has to keep right in number 85's back pocket there. And even if he lets him catch the ball, push him out of bounds, he's still going to be short of the first down anyway.
Yep.
And as for in the end zone, well, this leaping interception attempt that he made, well,
would be fine.
I would rather see him do that in the end zone, because tackling this guy after he catches the ball in the end zone already does no good whatsoever.
Yep.
But I can't even count how many times I've seen that happen in the end zone. So, you know, like, they've got these things completely backwards. So anyway, and of course I also, you know, like, went, you've got to be kidding, they actually ruled that a catch.
Yep.
And I threw the challenge flag, and I won the challenge because he was very obviously out of bounds when he caught the ball too.
Yep. And then, of course, to top this all off, then we have a little bit of cheating from the chain gang guy as he flops.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
right. That's why they ruled it a catch and a first down.
Yeah.
Right, because the fucking chain gang guy is flopping there.
Yeah. You see I think where the official stops, that's where they were going to spot the ball, right? So it's still, even if they ruled it a catch, it was still going to be like 4th and 1. Like, it was still going to be short of a first down anyway. But still.
Now, this is just funny to me, right? Because nobody makes contact with this chain gang guy, whatsoever. He just decides he's going to flop, right? Yep. Somebody paid him $20 to make the ball spot work.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we might as well move on to the game.
All right. And we're back with Crusaders franchise year 5, week 4.
Yes, and so far, the Crusaders defense has been extremely dominant, allowing only 13 points in our first 3 games.
Oh, it's more good luck than good planning.
I don't know. And it looks like week 4 is a bye week for us, so we don't actually play this week.
Okay, welcome back to Crusaders franchise year 5, week 5.
Yeah, well, we'll simulate the bye week here, just so that we can move on to play our game. Okay, and our game is up against the Indianapolis Wizards, who still have a pretty strong offense, although look at how strong our offense is now. Their defense on paper is a little bit better than ours. And they are 3-1.
Well, we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that I might be pretty sharp here.
Because you've been playing like crazy.
I've been playing, you know, on all Madden difficulty level, trying to figure out how to, you know, if what works and what doesn't.
Well, you said you were telling me earlier that you played a game where you scored like 42 points.
Yeah, I scored 41 points. And I ended up losing that game by 2 points because I had to go for 2 to tie it, and I didn't make it on the 2-point conversion.
That's pretty ripped, though, giving up 43 points. That's not like you.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, on all Madden difficulty, they do... I got to focus on what I'm doing here first. Okay, on all Madden difficulty, first of all, they make particularly your defensive players, they make them play dumber, okay? So what would happen is that they would throw a pass, and it's like almost like a curl or something, right? Where the guy turns around, catches the ball. There's a defender standing right behind him who stands still while this guy does like a pirouette and then turns and runs away from him, right?
Yep.
Which is something that you don't see on All Pro. Like on All Pro, that guy would basically immediately hit that receiver in the back and tackle him, right? And there isn't even
about the same time the ball gets there.
Yeah, there isn't even a broken tackle animation or anything like that. Basically, the defender just stands still and lets the guy run away from him, right?
Yep.
Or they'll hand the ball off to the running back, and the running back will run to the right, but for some reason, 2 or 3 of your defenders will run in the opposite direction a couple of steps first, even if, you know, there's no counter step.
Yep.
And then everybody has to play catch up. So I gave up a couple of long runs for touchdowns, and they also returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
Wow, that never happens.
Yeah. So we have to adjust sliders a little bit.
Yeah, because I haven't made any sliders for all Madden for Madden 05 yet.
No, well, I made some kind of preliminary, and you know, like, they need to be adjusted a little bit. Yeah. And I've played a few games. I'll tell you, there's a big difference between playing with the Spitfires, who are a 10-year franchise, and playing with a brand new Cupcake team too.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'll probably, because the way I develop the sliders that we have here is what I do is I ran a whole ton of simulation games over and over again. I'll probably start with that too.
Yeah, I have a feeling that method might not work for all Madden difficulty, though, because I think what you need to do is actually play games and see how they work out.
You just don't want to accidentally end up tuning the game to what you would expect, right? You want to tune the game to what would be reasonable football, but not necessarily something that you'd be happy with, right? Because you're not trying to tune it so that you can win. You're trying to tune it so that it plays fair.
Yeah. Well, I would say that two rushing plays for 131 yards and a kickoff return for a touchdown is probably not fair play.
No, that's a little bit absurd.
And
you know, probably defensive awareness needs to be tweaked slightly on both sides of the ball, because normally too, I tend to make symmetrical adjustments.
I've got defensive awareness cranked to 20 on both sides.
Yeah,
already, and that's just because I think that it has to be that way. One thing, though, that is different is that in this version, in All Pro, you have the running sliders for the AI turned up a little bit.
That's right, because the AI basically does not run the ball at all.
Yeah,
if you don't give them a little bit of boost on All Pro.
Whereas on All Madden, you have to run them at no more than default, because that was at default sliders for running, and basically. Whenever they ran a running play, there was always a danger of a long breakaway run like that, because the running back breaks tackles like crazy. Like your defenders do dumb things and run the wrong way, and pursuit angles by safeties are terrible and stuff like that, right?
That'll improve as those players' awareness ratings improve, though.
Maybe, but still, it seemed very unbalanced to me, because even when I adjusted the sliders down from default a little bit, they were still running the ball against me and having some success, right? And the one team that I played was pretty balanced offense. The other team I played was a bit pass happy, right?
Yep.
But I think that also depends on the team. Hey, I'm not going to kick this out of bounds.
That was such a perfect kick.
Yeah.
How come the perfect kicks never reach the end zone?
I don't know. You can adjust in the AI sliders. You can adjust kickoff distance and that kind of thing too, right?
Yeah, I know.
That might be something that you could do too, to maybe hold off on their amazing long kickoffs. You get your offense or your defensive audibles set up wrong or something?
No. They have a receiving tight end. They don't really have speed to burn at wide receiver. I thought these guys used to be an air it out team.
Well, maybe, but we're 5 seasons in, so
yeah,
some things will have changed.
They still have a speedy tight end, though. He'll cause me trouble.
Warfield, the lone back. Off to the tailback.
And that's another thing too, is you have to play defense differently on All Madden, because there's no slipping off of a block, right? Like the way that we do here, or you can do a rip or a spin to get away from a block. Yeah, there isn't any of that going on on the All Madden difficulty.
That'd be an issue with block breaking.
Yeah.
The block breaking slider.
Number 52 stops him.
Generally, you want to tune it so that it's very hard to get off a block of, say, a very high-quality offensive line, but such that, like, a cupcake line functions like a cupcake line. Like, a cupcake line doesn't function like an all-Madden line.
Yeah, well, both of the teams that I played against were not upper echelon teams either, right? Wow.
They convert for the first down on that throw. And they ran the
3 small plays to make a first down.
Oh, that's okay.
Like they were lower to mid echelon teams, right? They weren't cupcake teams, but they were not any of the stronger teams.
There's that tight end there.
Yep. Yeah, he might give you trouble.
I suspect he will.
Yeah, and the guy calling the plays loves this kind of situation.
Right, because he's big, and he's strong, and he's hard to jam.
Warfield in the backfield gives the ball off.
Oh, Cedric.
Oh yeah, and in one of those games I played today, I got something like 8 penalties for 60 yards too.
Oh yeah.
This time he got caught pulling him down by the mask.
Yeah, it was almost like playing Madden 04.
Hand it off. Matthews makes the play at the 49-yard line.
Well, Dwayne Matthews being out there making the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming out almost playing a ball control offense, eh?
Yeah, well, they're really not trying to get anything big.
Only one man back. Hand it off to the back. Number 95 records the tackle at the 48. 2-yard gain.
Well, now they've got the 5 wide out there.
8th play of this drive. 5 yards to go.
We've got Jamie Boston in the defensive tackle position.
Pleasant goes to work with an empty backfield. Dropping back.
Ooh.
Veteran linebacker bursts through and gets the sack.
Guess they shouldn't have done that.
Nope, they shouldn't have done that. That wasn't a good idea at all.
When the other team least expects it.
Combs will come into this game to punt. Here's the punt. He's waving for the fair catch.
Yeah, I might have been able to run that back, but I don't know.
The high risk behavior, right?
It's just because of the way punt returns are in this game. But I might have been able to run it back.
Hand off to the tailback. Frank is the guy.
Oh, that guy went low, so I couldn't run over him.
4-yard gain on the play.
By the way, you'll have to check out your packages because I made a defensive package for you.
I know, I'm already using it actually.
Oh, are you?
Yep, the defensive line swap.
Yeah.
That way our defensive tackles stop bitching. Because our defensive tackles were bitching because they hadn't played in 2 games, basically.
Yep. Well, if you... oh, look at that.
The 30. The 40.
Oh, wow, that guy's fast if he could catch me from behind.
Yeah, who is that guy?
He's number 46.
Yeah, so he's probably the safety.
I don't know. Let's have a look here and see who he is. Uh, 38.
Free safety?
Yeah, he's the free safety.
No, he's not faster than you.
That's funny. I wonder why he was able to catch me from behind then, because I was sprinting away from him.
You know what I bet it was? The dive.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Anyways, that was a nice run.
Yeah, it was probably the dive.
Changing the play now. Number 35 goes in motion. They'll pass on first down.
This type of play is much harder to complete on All Madden as well, because the guy in All Madden, the guy playing this coverage down here, does not commit down as much, right? Like
Yeah, he actually starts to drop off.
Yeah, he cheats up this way and splits the difference between these guys, right?
Yep.
So I find myself throwing to this receiver much more often than the deep guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back to the field.
Because since he is kind of splitting the difference between them like that, it makes it a little easier to throw to the short guy. But then again, though, now you're throwing a lot of passes that pick up, like 6-7 yards instead of 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surveying the field. Throws on the move.
Oh, he dropped it.
He just couldn't.
He has the hands to make catches on the toughest
Boy,
passes.
oh boy.
I'm a little surprised to see him drop that.
Yeah, you've had quite a lot of drop passes today, haven't you?
Well, on all Madden difficulty, I had a lot of drop passes, but they were with a brand new cupcake team too, right? Had one game where I had like 12 drop passes. But that's okay. We'll see if Derek White can outrun this guy that's covering him. Uh-oh. I can see that coming.
Yep.
He continues to be a menace for opposing teams.
There was nothing I could do about it either.
And get a big hit on it.
They just yeah. See that? I don't know why I can't with out of this alignment, like this is I'm not sure, I think a 3-3 or something, and they're just playing a 1 deep there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they're doing is they're bringing that outside linebacker. Or is that a defensive back? Yeah, that's a defensive back. So this is the quarter defense probably. Right, but when I have the rush set up like this, I end up getting this guy sneaking over and picking him up or something, right?
Yep.
Like basically, if I'm going to try and do something like what just happened there, I have to bring like 3 guys tight on one side of the formation, right?
Well, we don't have the best offensive line anyways, right? So that actually could be a skill issue on our offensive line. Oh, they just got a holding penalty.
Oh, okay, well.
So that turns an inside the 20 punt into an inside the 5.
Yeah, good deal.
First and 10. Hands it on. Number 50 makes the tackle at the 6. So a pickup of maybe 3.
Well, they managed to get a couple there, but...
Deep in their own territory.
Oh, look at that. Defensive ends playing linebacker. And everybody gets blocked to shit. Wowee, that took forever, but somebody finally got there.
Yeah, I got off this guy, and then I got picked up by the center, and then I tried to push through him, and I couldn't get through him, and then I got picked up by the guard.
Yeah, and it looks like the tight end was there watching you for a bit, too, and then he abandoned that and just took off up the field, right? Who got the sack? Was it that linebacker? That was Cedric Perry. He got knocked down, and then he got back up again.
Fuck.
They had both tight ends on the same side of the formation blocking. Right?
Yeah, but look at this, too. Look at this, though. Look at how well he's covered. There's no wonder he didn't throw it at him. Now, he might have been able to throw this, but by that time...
Yeah, by that time he was already in the grass. But, I mean, how many guys did they send down the field? They only sent one guy out, and he's triple covered. That's why you got a sack there, because it was a one-man pattern, right?
And then we still got this guy who actually isn't covering anyone yet.
Nope. Well, and you got the safety on the other side, too, right?
Fuck.
It's no wonder that was a sack. You have to be crazy to run a pattern like that. That was like the clown pass.
That was the clown pass, yes.
And they'll face a long 3rd down here.
However, you got to give Cedric Perry a big E for effort there because he got knocked down and then he got back up and went in and got the sack anyway.
Dropping back. Throws it.
Wow, that was terrible coverage.
Yeah, I don't know. I would almost say that I know they don't have that rule here, but this guy almost went out of bounds before and then came back in.
Well, I'd expect our first string corner to play that better too, right? Because, you know, he's the guy who's on man coverage with this guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, he just gets beat to hell. And then,
And welcome back.
that was awful. He played that totally wrongly. But that's okay. I guess we had the safety back there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you gave up a first down, but...
Number 50 makes the tackle at the 16-yard line. Gain of about
Oh, look.
Well,
They're in my favorite
They're
formation.
going to give you another chance to take a shot at him again because you haven't beat him up enough yet, obviously.
Pleasant goes to work with an empty backfield.
Fuck off, Boston.
Oh, there he is. Cedric Perry's on a rampage today. He's got 3 sacks already.
Plays like that in just about every game.
And they'll face a long third down here. The corners are moving up to press the receivers. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Throwing. Interception.
Well,
He's made up for it.
yeah. See, though, if you look at the replay of this one, you know how I was bitching when we were showing the replay. At least here, well, look at they both go for the interception, but at least here, though, there's 2 of them there, right? So if one of them misses, then at least the other one will probably make a tackle or something.
I think
right?
the funniest part about this is Gooden actually abandons his coverage assignment to do this.
Yeah.
Because he's covering that wide receiver again.
Yeah. Well, I think the jam is what made that work, though, because you slowed, like, basically the guy that they were trying to throw the ball to, his pattern got interfered with by the other guy, right?
Comes in for the extra point.
They more or less ran into each other because you jammed that wide receiver that was supposed to be clearing the flat out for him.
Well, that's okay.
The home team are lined
Well,
up.
the defense gets us on the board.
Well, because they don't have a receiver with above 90 speed, I can play them very aggressively like this.
Yeah.
And just jam the shit out of them.
It really helps when they're inside their own 20-yard line, too, right?
Right. If they had a faster receiver, I wouldn't play them like this. And the same goes for the team we played last time. If they had a faster receiver, I wouldn't play them like this. But they don't. So
Pleasant sends a man in motion. Passing on first down. Dumps it off. Right to him. Number 50 records the tackle.
there goes Platt making a tackle.
Yeah, he's got 3 or 4 tackles in this game already, too. I guess they're slow learners. They're coming out and doing this again, eh?
The defense is going to play this one very
Yep.
tight.
Wow.
The visiting team line up in a 5-receiver set this time. Throws it.
Oh, he managed to get it away that time.
Was there to make the catch for the first
Ah, well.
He's glad he
Well, we
made
had
that
3
catch.
deep there, too. It's just the deep guy didn't react quite fast enough. It is what it is.
Yep. Until it isn't.
It's 1st and 10.
No, it always is.
Matthews makes the tackle at the 40. 8-yard gain.
Well, now they're acting like they want to move the ball here.
Well, we'll see about that.
The corners move up to play this one tight. Out of the gun. Uses the pump. Gets rid of it. Perfect.
Yeah, see, that's good. If you swap your linemen in and out, it keeps them fresh too, right?
Finding the single coverage in the secondary. And this is the 5th play of this drive. Passing on first down. Throwing.
Oh.
Down he goes at the 41.
Well, in his defense, he is a linebacker.
He had time to turn around and look at that.
First down.
Yeah, that goes back to what I was talking about earlier, though, right? I mean, it depends on the context, too, right? Most of the time, I'd rather have a defender do what he did than try and jump up and make a play on the ball and miss.
Yeah, they're trying to do the cheesy slant thing here.
Yeah, you might want to slip in a zone just to see if you can burn them.
Inside enemy territory.
Because it's crazy how crowded it looks down there when they're throwing those, but they seem to be getting away with it anyways.
They'll go with a run once again. We'll feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, with how hard he just got hit, he's lucky to be able to hold on to the ball.
Gain of 2. And this is the 8th play of this drive. They're in field goal range. Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside. Only one man back. Pleasant sends a man in motion. Another run. Perry brings him down at the 17. Picked up about 6 yards that time. They'll need to get the ball inside the 15 to convert for the first. Kansas City walks its safeties and corners up closer to the line of scrimmage to get in better position for a run. So they're inside the 20, need to get a touchdown. With the pass, can't pull him down. He hits the receiver. Solid hit, just punched him.
And the thing is, when you get hit like that, it's like having a bumblebee in your helmet. You just can't get rid of it.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. I only had one possession in the first quarter.
Well, they've definitely taken their sweet time moving down the field anyways.
Yeah, these guys are hogging the ball today.
6 more yards and they'll put up 6. Warfield, the deep man. Pleasant with a man in motion. Handed off to the back.
Ooh, somebody managed to keep him out.
Yeah, that would be Jefferson slipping off his block.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
Warfield, the lone setback to the end zone. He finds his man. The rookie.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
He had a pretty good
Repeated slants. They basically threw that short slant about five
I'm
times.
telling you what we're doing right now.
Oh, you're gonna bench Miller?
No, I'm going to bench Gooden.
Oh.
I'm not happy with the way he's playing.
Let's get back to the play on the field.
All right, because he let every single one of those go.
Yeah, he got beaten about 5 times on this drive, right?
Smith will attempt the extra point that would tie this game up. The kick is up. The point after.
Wow, that kicker's got some leg by the looks of
The
it.
visiting team have tied it. The visiting team.
Yeah, 11
ready to
plays.
get this one off. And he got all of that one. A great kick. From the 2-yard line to the 20. After a 3 and out in their
Well, I got you out to the 25.
Yep.
onto the field. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, look at the time of possession, eh?
Yeah, fuck.
The visiting team.
What is this?
Jenkins with a man in motion. Changing the play now.
Oh.
He tucks it away.
Hey, look at that. I got a block from the pulling lineman there.
Good job.
33-yard line.
Oh, and you injured that guy.
He'll come out at least for a play or two. And Jill will fill it.
That's Joe Winter pulling there, and look at that, eh?
Yep.
Back to the game. Second and a deuce.
Bet we're minus 7 yards passing so far. Wow.
He sees something in the defense. Allen moves in motion. Looking for an option. Throwing on the run. He hits
An easy catch.
Yep.
Tackle to bring him down. Jenkins makes a lot of great throws while he's on the run.
Yeah, he does. When you have a good athlete behind center, it gives you a lot more options on offense. You can roll out, you can bootleg, you can scramble, and that forces the defense to stay at home a little bit more and watch to see how these plays are developing.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Jill, anything new from the sideline?
Well, looks like that guy will be back pretty soon.
He did sustain an injury, but it does not appear to be anything serious. His return is probable.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update.
These passes are actually harder to complete on all Madden as well, right? Because the cornerback actually, you know, like, it's still a pretty safe pass to throw, but a lot of times the cornerback is able to dive and stick a hand out.
Yeah, he'll Superman it more often.
Yeah.
Get the ball inside the 31 to convert for the first
All in
down.
all, my completion percentage in all Madden is around 65%,
Directing traffic.
as opposed to like
Moves in
85, which it typically is on all pro, right?
Yep.
motion. Drops back. On the run. And he makes the grab.
Yeah, that safety was staying on the outside of that corner route.
Once again,
Yep.
he makes it happen while on the move.
He's one of those guys who doesn't lose his accuracy or touch when he decides to throw it without setting his feet. He'll shuffle and he'll bootleg. And when he sees the passing window open up, he'll get it out of there pretty quickly.
Throwing on first down. He's looking, throwing, and this pass is completed.
That pass is more difficult to complete on all Madden as well. It's harder for the receiver to separate.
Yep.
Those passes that are sure first down.
And this is the 6th play of this drive. They're in the red zone.
You know, a lot of times on all Madden, they'll stick to a receiver like glue, right? And lots of times it's like, you know, it's not even necessarily, it's often which side of the receiver.
Oh, he pancaked him right into me.
But it's often which side of the receiver do you throw it to rather than do you throw it to the open receiver.
Yeah. See, I thought I was away here, and then Joe Winter pancakes that guy, and he falls on me.
See, it's things like that'll make you wish the juke button was still in the game.
Yeah.
7th play of this drive, and they need about 9.
Oh, well.
Probably could have replaced the spin button, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the spin was not really a big thing in this game.
Throws it right to him.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're motoring.
Great pass and catch, and they get the touchdown.
Yeah, he was able to get some space between him and the defender and make the clutch reception.
They'll get set for the extra point. And it's on its way, and the extra point is good. The home team are set to kick it deep.
Well, that was my only my second possession of the ball, right? Like, these guys had the ball almost for the whole first quarter.
Yeah, they have an absolutely huge amount of possession time.
Looking to duplicate their last drive when they were able to get the ball into the
That just goes to show you, though, what can happen if they would just take what you give them, right?
1st and 10.
You know, most of the AI teams, at least on All-Pro, they don't do that. They don't just take what your defense is giving. They try to force whatever it is that they think is their, you know, favorite thing, right?
Jefferson records the tackle at the 18. Warfield couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. And he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Only one man back. Hilliard, the motion man. Under pressure, throws it. He hits his receiver.
Oh, don't face mask the guy.
Wow, that was a big one, too.
So it's a 15-yard penalty, not the incidental 5-yard face.
You're having a rough day today.
I can't get anything to go right for me on defense here.
1st and 10. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Passing on 1st down. Pressure coming. Looking for a receiver. It's the pass.
Yeah, even your spy in the middle there didn't stick his hands up. He just let it sail over his head uncontested.
It's just one of those days, one of those types of games.
So they have 1st and 10 here. The quarterback lines up with two backs behind him. Steps up with the pass, and he makes the grab. Pleasant with a hot hand on this drive.
And what he's doing is sitting back there in the pocket, seeing everything, making great decisions, and getting the ball to the right guy. He's playing very well right now.
1st and 10.
Yeah, as soon as you put the dime on, that's when they go to the run, eh? They aren't going to fall into your trap.
They're going to keep testing this rushing defense.
The guy seems to get stronger every time he touches the ball.
Press coverage on the outside. Pleasant with a man in motion. Pressure.
Oh, wow. Well, one guy on the team is having a good game today.
They'll be faced with a long 3rd down play here. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Pleasant back in the
Whoa, wow, he got him again.
John, the offensive line just can't stop that rush.
Yeah, I was going to call another audible there, but
that's okay. Things worked out.
yeah, well, because they decided they wanted to walk up and insta-snap that.
This probably his 2nd of the day.
Well, at least you didn't go offside.
Well, it looked like I interfered with my guy enough that he couldn't block Cedric Perry anyways.
Yeah.
Here's the kick. And he signals for the fair catch. It's 1st and 10. Calling an audible. Number 35 moves in motion. Going to the air on 1st down. He surveys the field and he makes the grab.
See that? If he's playing, if he's a fullback now, and if he's playing fullback and I throw that pass to him, he can catch it. Yeah.
That quarterback is really special.
Yeah, they take a position penalty if you audible to them to something.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I'm pretty sure that a pro football player who catches the ball for a living can probably catch the ball regardless of where he starts on the field.
Johnson makes the tackle at the 46. About 7 yards there. 2nd and 2 coming up here.
What are we doing here, guys?
The man in motion.
Oh my God.
Gets rid of it.
What the?
The 10.
What was that?
John, he didn't let the pressure phase it.
Well, what happened was, like, I sent him, I drew this as my corner route, right? You see
Yep.
how he takes the little cut in and
Yep.
then he runs ahead and he runs a corner. But you know how quite often when you send a running back out of the backfield, they don't cover him?
They didn't cover him at all.
And normally we run that little out or something here.
Yep.
Well, in this case, I had a corner route drawn here. And so all I did, as soon as it became immediately apparent that there was nobody covering him, is
Even
I
the
just,
deep zone guy moved out of the way.
yeah, I just tossed it out there really early. Like, look at that. I'm jumping backwards and everything because I want to make sure I can get it to him before he runs out of bounds, right? Because that's basically what the issue here would have been, is if I'd have waited long enough, he would have been too close to the sideline, right?
Wow. I
So,
can't
yeah.
believe they just left him uncovered like
I
that.
burned their asses.
The kicker lines up for the point after. And it's up. And
Well, that's why
now they put it together offensively with 14
you
unanswered points.
play 5 man-to-man at least. If you're going to play one deep, you got to make sure everybody on the offense is covered by somebody, right?
Booming kick downfield. The visiting team will start this drive from the 20.
Well, all right.
It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, after playing on all Madden difficulty, this is like shooting fish in a barrel, actually.
Only one man in the backfield. Ellis, the motion man. Under pressure, Rosen, Miller stops him at the
We very
26.
nearly got an offside call there.
Picks up
Yeah,
about
almost.
6 after that catch.
I actually thought you were gonna, but
2nd and 4 coming up here. Only one man back. Warfield.
wow, okay. Well, look at that.
I still made the tackle on that too.
Yeah, and forced a fumble. Oh, they're gonna
challenge.
Yeah.
Play because the coaches decided
Boo.
to challenge the call. I thought he was down and then the ball popped loose, but it's difficult to tell from this angle.
And mostly the official is seeing what we're seeing. So it's
I don't know. That one's a toss-up, I guess. It depends on whether the ball came out before or after his ass hit the ground, right? You see, the ball hits the ground. That's pretty close. Yeah.
Takes advantage of the option to challenge the play, and it pays off.
I forgot when the
The AI doesn't challenge things unless they work out in their favor.
yeah.
It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, Ty always goes to the runner when the AI challenges things. If it's close, they're going to win the challenge.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Pressure comes.
Oh, look at that. You got one now.
Yep.
John, I don't think they expected him to get sacked there. The defense dropped everyone back, but he still went down.
He definitely had enough time to release the ball or throw it away. No excuse for letting a defensive lineman get to you on that one.
Following the sack, it's 2nd and long. Pressure, throwing. He hits his receiver. Terry brings him down at the 30.
Well, at least he tackled him anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to complain about that.
No, that's like I said, that's what I was pointing out in that replay at the beginning of this episode, though, right? I would rather see the defender actually tackle the receiver than give him up a whole bunch of extra yardage, right?
They've done very well on 3rd down to this point. Closing in, and he's brought down in the backfield.
And that's our defensive end. That's Ben French.
Yep.
Now, he's got some great moves, and he combines that with a very quick first step.
They couldn't
Wow,
do
you
a thing
sacked
on
these
that
guys a
series.
lot this game so far.
They deserve it.
Wow.
After running 11 plays on me.
Here's the punt. He signals for a fair
Just
catch.
letting them know that you don't appreciate that, hey?
No, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
2-minute warning coming up.
We haven't even hit the 2-minute warning yet.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? They've kept the score down at least, right?
Number 35
By
goes in
running
motion.
their ball control offense and all that kind of good stuff.
Throwing on first down. Throws
Whoops.
it.
Oh, that was sneaky.
I think that was a lineman. No, that was a linebacker.
Yeah.
Almost had the interception.
I
Wow.
think he was invisible out there. Wasn't even seen.
Yeah, I didn't see him until then I threw the ball, and all of a sudden he was like there, right?
Come out of the nickel.
Oh, you got lucky.
Yep.
He sees
I
something in
did.
defense. Directing traffic. With the pass, and he hits his target. Johnson with the tackle at the 42-yard line. Two minutes left. With the carry,
Go Clark.
Yep.
Andrews with the stop at midfield.
Well, like I said, I was going to try and give Pete Clark a little bit more work this season. To at least split the duties up a little bit more.
Number 35, the man in motion.
Okay, we'll watch for that this time. If they do that again, we'll try and throw it deep.
Going to the air on first down. With the throw, straight pass. Berger makes the
See, caught it again.
46-yard line.
You just have to have them play in the right
Ball
position,
on
I
the
guess.
46-yard line. Fifth play of this drive.
Yep.
We're just about down to 1 minute. Calling an audible now. Jenkins with a man in motion. Drops back. Looking for an option. On the move. And the catch is made.
Bite off another chunky yardage there.
And a receiver
You
was right there
betcha.
looking for it. That's exactly what you like to see on offense. Chemistry between your players. He's one of those guys who will try and buy some extra time with his legs, and his receivers do a good job separating when he can buy him that time.
Oh, somebody slipped in from the backside.
Just a short pickup on that play, John.
They're just trying to get this run established. When you can get it going on the ground, it really opens things up for the other options you have on offense.
Gets rid of it. Turns. He has it. He can't wrap him up.
Wow, go Marshall.
Makes the tackle.
Yeah, now we need to call a timeout.
Jenkins wanted some time to sort things out. Eighth play of this drive. They're inside the 15. Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Snap it.
Going to the air on first down.
I was a little nervous there.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize I didn't have as much time, right? Until all of a sudden I realized that I didn't have any time. I hate it when that happens.
Ninth play of this drive.
It really makes me wish that they would have kept the basics from this game and then just made improvements on it.
Yep.
Dropping back. Lobs one into the end zone.
Oh my God.
Veteran is able to come down with a pass in the end zone.
This is what good, experienced receivers do. They excel when they're given the opportunity to make big plays.
Hey, you know what? Coleman has finally worked his way up to wide receiver 2 after all these years,
Kicker lines
right?
up for the
And to think
point.
I was just going to put him at halfback.
Yeah.
The kick is up. The extra point attempt is good.
He probably would have made an okay halfback.
Are lined up for the kickoff.
I don't know. I think that the way things ended up working out, I think we're better off.
Well, you know, we could always draft another halfback next season. We probably will.
Well, I think that one of the things that we need to do,
From the 1 yard line.
probably...
It's loose.
Oh, look at that.
Home team are there to pick up the
If we can get another running back like Kelvin Allen, then we can put Kelvin Allen at wide receiver.
Yeah, but we don't need to do that.
We always need to do that.
The way that I play offense, Kelvin Allen already basically is a
You
receiver.
see, rookie wide receivers play halfback, and veteran wide receivers play wide receiver. That's the plan. We need to stick with the plan. We retire old halfbacks to wide receiver. They'll figure out that whole catching thing as they go. That's how you end up with wide receivers who can break tackles. Imagine Kelvin Allen with just like 90 whatever break tackle at wide receiver.
Oh, well, you're playing defense now because they overturned that fumble too.
Yeah, well.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Hilliard moves in motion. Jefferson with the stop at the 23. That run
Jefferson
just
doing the
a few
work.
yards. He was building up some steam but couldn't keep it going.
Now you need your defensive tackles out there on the field. Oh, halftime. Well, I had a bit of a slow start today, but once I got rolling, I'm really rolling.
Yep, you're doing good.
Yeah, so I guess we'll take the halftime stretch.
Indeed. And we're back.
Yes.
And we go back to the game.
And you're still smarting about giving up that touchdown, eh?
Yeah, well, you know, I think things have been going better since I benched Gooden. He might have got an interception this game, but I don't really care.
From the 11
Well, that's function partly of speed, too, right?
Well, no, because that's the thing, though, right? Gooden is the fastest cornerback that we have.
Yeah, but he's not that fast. We actually have fairly slow corners as far as cornerbacks go, right?
Yeah, but you see, ever since I put Hasty out there, we haven't had any problems. And Hasty's like the slowest corner we have.
Actually, no, I thought he was faster.
No, because he's got absolutely no acceleration, absolutely no agility, and very average speed for the position.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, the
I
only
thought-
thing he's got going for him is that he's, like, somewhat strong.
Oh, let's see here. I thought he was the speedy guy that just was a rookie or something, or two junior. 84. Okay.
Yeah, but look at his agility and acceleration.
Yeah. So we got a couple of guys at 88, which is...
Yeah, Gooden is the fastest guy out there.
Yeah. But I think we definitely do need at least one 90
We don't
90
need
plus
a 90
corner.
speed corner. We just need bigger corners. Look at how well Hasty's been doing out there all game long. I bet you he's pancaked that receiver a couple of times. If we keep that guy flat on his back, he can't catch passes.
Looks like he's
And it's not pass interference unless they go past 5 yards.
Yeah.
Handed off to the back. It's loose.
Oh, come on, Kelvin Allen.
That's going to be a fumble, too, for sure. Oh, Bo Jenkins saves the touchdown. I guess you're on defense, though. That was definitely a fumble.
That's ridiculous.
There's nothing I can do about that one.
Percentages eventually play against you.
Inside enemy territory. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Throwing. He's inside the 10. Number 52 pulls him down at the 3-yard line.
Well, at least he's hurt.
Yeah, he's going to go sit down now for a while. You got a good shot on him, that's for sure.
Good.
They're 3 yards away from scoring. The defense is going to play this one very tight. Rivers comes in motion. Hand off to the tail.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
breaks my tackle.
Yeah.
The 1 yard line.
What are the
Move
odds?
the ball on the ground.
A running attack that is consistent.
They shouldn't even be here.
Will help
No.
the offense dictate the pace of the game.
Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside. The backs are lined up in a 9. Play action. Throws to the end zone. Dropped in the end zone, so the offense still has possession.
That was as good a chance to steal it away from him as you're going to get.
The ball go right through your hands in the end zone.
Under pressure. Looks to the end zone.
Well,
Smith saw the pressure coming on that play.
Gonna hold them to a field
He
goal.
decided to get rid of the ball quickly on that one.
That is a really short field goal. I don't think it's possible to kick a field goal any shorter than that.
And it's up.
That was a good goal line stand, though, after being put in that position that you were in.
The visiting team ready to kick this one off.
It's not going to look it on the stat sheet,
The
but
kick
you know
should
what?
be returnable.
That was very well played.
From the 8-yard line to the 20, the 30. Great move.
The most important thing to do now
There we go.
is to protect the football. You got
See, I actually slowed down there and waited for that guy to hit my blocker.
Costly mistake.
Yeah, you got a nice return that time.
They give it to the halfback. The 40 breaks the tackle.
They'll give it right back to him.
Yo, I can't believe he fumbled it like that. He's got like 99 carrying now.
Yeah, I know.
Time run.
This really has just been one of those games.
They have the lead, and one big reason is because they've done a real good job on the ground on first down.
Not bad. And that success leads to bigger and better things, usually.
Number 47. Frank with the stop.
They're lucky that wasn't a speedier back there running that,
Yep.
because that would have been a touchdown. If that had been, even if that had been Pete Clark, that probably would have been a touchdown. It's just that Golston is not that fast.
Well, he is a fullback.
Yeah.
I don't foresee this working at all.
Hand it off.
Yeah, we'll just try and take it up the middle there, since they were leaving us that nice wide gap to work with there.
Ball at about midfield.
The throw.
Ooh, I managed to get it.
Continues to pass effectively and is now thrown for over 200 yards. It's 1st and 10.
That's the thing, though. You bring everybody on the blitz like that, there's nobody left back there to defend the pass, right?
With a man
Yep.
in motion. Again with the carry.
Oh.
Behind the line for a loss of a couple. And he chases him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
I'll tell you, he's one of the most knowledgeable defenders in the league. He knows how to play the game, and he always knows what's going on.
He sees something in the defense. Hand off to the tailback. Breaks free. Gets away. Shaw makes the stop.
Clark
At the
doing good
32-yard
work.
line.
Yep.
Picked up 10 yards.
Hey, we needed that.
They have to reach the 30 to convert. Here's a look at the third down success rate of each team.
Third down is when you want your players to dig deep and make a clutch play. When you
They're 3 for 8
it
on
gives
third
your
down
defense a little
conversions.
extra rest, and it gives your offense
Who's they?
a fresh set of downs
Them.
to work with.
Not you, them.
Throwing. Perfect pass.
You know what? He very rarely drops a pass.
3 times on this drive, they've been able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, the thing
He's
is,
doing
they'll be
good.
doing more
Yep.
than just picking up first down if this success continues. going to be picking up some points.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. They're in field goal range. Jenkins sends a man in motion.
74.
Hand it off.
Well, the blocking there was a mess,
Still running.
but it worked.
He's
Yep.
inside the 10. Allen got the carry there and is now closing in. On
It looks like you've been practicing running people over.
Well, it's a little bit tougher in all Madden difficulty, right?
They need 7 yards for a touchdown.
Well, it's tougher with a cupcake quality back anyways. All right, these guys are pretty well developed compared to that.
Red 58. Blue 74.
This is one of those situations where you wish you had Brandon on the field.
Number 47.
Yeah, I suppose, but
Gain of about a yard.
really, I just wanted to find a crack in the defense there where they, when I saw them bring that safety up.
And he'll get the call. Molden.
Wow, how did you not get hit before the handoff there?
So a gain of about 1.
I don't know.
They need 5 yards for a touchdown.
But if they're going to throw the goal line out there, let's see what they're playing.
Jenkins with a man in motion. Calling an audible now. Dropping back. Guns
They're
it
playing
up.
Herman catches the curl pass.
Oh, they didn't give me a touchdown for that.
The 1 yard line.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah, don't you wish you had Big Ben on the team now? He's about 1 yard tall.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go for the points. I always do.
Will come in looking to try the field goal.
Actually, he's about 2 yards tall.
Yeah.
And it's on its way through the uprights and good. The home team have an
Even if he got hit in the
overtime
backfield for a yard, he'd still be able to make that touchdown there.
I think I was the victim of a bad spot there, but
Oh well.
He got all of that one.
Here comes Hasty. Doing the good work.
Taking the knee might have been the better option there.
You know, these guys come flying down the field so fast, and this time he ran right
that's
into
something
one of
else
the
I noticed too
coverage
on all Madden difficulty. Sometimes the returner on the kickoff will take the touchback if the ball's only a couple of yards deep in the end zone sometimes.
First down has not worked out for them today. Less than a 2 yard per carry average.
That's why they're losing. You've got to be able to get yards on first down.
Almost
Dangerous looking pass.
Yeah, he just hit that guy in the
A little
chest.
pressure on that one. And it looked like he fired the ball out there before he wanted to.
backing off. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Pressure coming, throwing short to
Yeah, we have a flat zone to that side.
Yep. He's been a monster today. Like, he's all over the field making tackles. He's got 5 sacks in this game.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And they'll face a long 3rd down here. Kansas City puts its secondary in better position to stop the pass. Only 1 man in the backfield. Rivers, the motion man. Dropping back. Pressure. Throws it.
Oh, how did that guy running down the field there just let that ball go behind him like that?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
They're having no success running on 1st down.
Stuff like a turkey. I mean, less than 2 yards isn't very good. This is just the kind of thing that they have come to expect from their running.
He's fine. He's just
sleeping on the job.
He's just taking a little rest.
Sleeping on the job.
A yard to go. The defense is going to play this one very tight. Closing in. Gets the pass over.
Oh, you know, for a defensive lineman, he's really good at intercepting passes.
That's because Jefferson there has the statistics where he could play every position on defense except cornerback.
Yeah.
Like, the man has like 79 speed. He's got like 80-something strength. He's got like 60-something catching. He's got like 80-something tackling. Like, he could play every position.
Yeah, he's a talented player.
And he was just a random rookie that we drafted one year at linebacker.
By the way, defensive linemen don't play that zone as well on all Madden difficulty either. What happens quite frequently is they don't turn around to face the line of scrimmage. They just keep running with their backs to the line of scrimmage until the ball's caught.
Well, that's okay, though, because Jefferson is fast enough that he can back up fast enough, right? Because he's not actually a lineman.
Number 35 moves in motion. With the pass, he hits his receiver.
Wow, that was terrible coverage.
Johnson makes the play at the 29-yard line. Give him some time.
There. See? We're getting him a few catches today.
Yeah, he's doing good out there. He might never be a blocker, but
he's got 3 pancake blocks in the first half, according to the statistics at halftime.
Well, I guess if you're matched up against a cornerback, even easily can pancake them, right?
That time, that was poor judgment there. He should have gotten a block on that run. But
well, I think his blocking stats are barely in the 40s, right?
If that.
Like, he's a very lackluster blocker for someone who was playing tight end for 4 seasons.
Yeah, well, I think his catching is what he really improved on, right?
That's right.
His blocking, not so much.
Handed off to the back.
Yeah, he's got exceptional hands, and he's quick.
Good game for the offense here in the second half.
This is one of those guys who seems to play better as the game goes on. The more he gets the ball, the better he does. I'd expect to see him get quite a few touches here as the game winds down.
5th play of this drive. They're in the red zone. They have a big lead, and they're on the move again inside the 20. Dropping back, looking for an option. Gets the pass off.
Wow, is he wide open?
They really shouldn't have sent that safety.
Move the sticks with that completion.
I tell you, he put that one right on the money. They're just out there playing a little pitch and catch.
2 yards to go for the touchdown. So we've reached the end of the third quarter with the home.
I have to say, in this game that I've thrown a couple of passes where the receiver was like so wide open he was almost by himself out there on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, their pass coverage in this game has been just absolutely terrible. The only reason this score isn't worse than it is because their offense has been playing well. Okay, that didn't go so well.
That's okay, you're still 3 yards within.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that every defensive coordinator would love to have on his team. He's smart, he plays with good intensity, and he's a heck of a leader on and off the field.
Give it to the halfback. Carswell makes the play at the 2.
You're eating time off the clock.
I am.
They need 2 yards to get it in the end zone. They've executed very well on 3rd down so far, and that's a big reason why they're ahead at the moment. Looking downfield.
Parkman gets a touchdown.
Oh, my God.
Great catch by the veteran tight end.
He does a great job here of avoiding the jam at the line of scrimmage and giving his quarterback the window in the end zone.
Yeah, he really avoided the jam there, John. Fuck.
Parkman gets a receiving touchdown. That's probably his first one ever.
Number 12 comes in to attempt the point after. And it's up. The extra point attempt is good.
I'm guessing that he'll be back at fullback next season, hey?
Yep. Points in the board. When you can convert turnovers into points, you really have a big advantage.
Booming kick downfield.
See, that could be part of your problem, too, is that Parkman does have over 50 catching.
53.
Yeah, but still, if you're throwing a pass to him and he's out of position, he could be suffering from that out of position penalty, too, right?
Possibly, yeah. Ooh, you almost dropped your coffee there.
Now, I had a little twinge in my shoulder because that rotator cuff tendon is still bothering me. Eh?
Ah, yep.
The defense is going to play this one very tight.
It's better than it used to be, but it still sucks to get old, right?
Can't comes in motion.
Well, I don't think
that wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think that run was going anywhere.
That was a case of the defense getting under the pads of the offensive line. Usually the team that gets the best leverage is going to control the line of scrimmage. When you run it into the middle, you have to have some push or movement up front. If you can't get that movement, it makes things very difficult for your running back.
Under pressure with the pass. And this pass is completed. French stops him at the 36. Great throw on the move, John.
I'll tell you, he might be even more dangerous on the run than he is when he stands back there in the pocket.
It's 1st and 10. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. The visiting team come out with 3 receivers tight. Passing on 1st down. With the throw, he hits his receiver. Thomas records the tackle at the 47-yard line. They get another 1st down here.
Well,
I don't know if I would have given him a first for that.
Good old-fashioned drop back and pass, and it's working.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Big pop that time.
You want someone there to tell you to watch out because he just got decked.
So a pickup of maybe 3.
They're like, we feel like you losing yards on this next play.
Or are they bringing out the empty backfield again?
The visiting team line up in a 5-receiver set.
Oh, there. That was pretty close coverage too, though.
Nobody can cover that guy, and he's not even anything special.
Yeah. That being said, though, you're still ahead on that one. I think they've completed 2 passes out of that and been sacked like 6 times or something, right? So
coverage along the outside.
If you look at the percentages, I think you're still ahead on that one.
Only 1 man back. The 30. Stiff arm there. Carswell is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 22. The veteran with a good game.
He's taken his share of licks over the years. That hasn't stopped him from busting off long gainers like that every now and then.
The corners are moving up to press the receivers. Warfield, the lone back. Warfield. Mills brings him down at the 14-yard line. And that was a gain of 7.
Yeah, I noticed that. As soon as they see dime defense out there, they're running the ball, right?
They'll have to get to the 12 to convert. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Warfield, the lone setback. Pressure coming. Looks to the end zone. Almost incomplete. So the pass
Sometimes it just don't matter.
Sometimes it just doesn't matter how many defenders get their hands on that ball. You're just not going to come down with it, hey?
Warfield, the lone back. Pleasant with a man in motion. Drops back. Pressure to the end zone. Incomplete.
This is just a
they're going to go on 4th down. 4th and 3. Well, you got a couple of fresh guys there now. All rested up.
Up the coverage along the outside. Number 52 with the tackle at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, they blocked out the wide receiver on that side.
Yeah.
You know, this
Or sorry, the
defense
cornerback on that
man
side.
coverage, a blitz, the zones, the 6 defensive backs, 7 defensive backs. They really mix up their defenses and their coverages. The offense has taken advantage of it.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Throws it over the
Oh, where's my hook zone guy?
Looks behind the secondary.
I don't know. Was that play action or?
Nope.
He just dropped back and passed, and your hook zone guy's over on the left there.
Yeah, covering the far side guy and leaving the other guy uncovered. That's the kind of thing that'll drive you crazy.
Yep. Well, there's always an answer. Whatever kind of coverage you put out there, there's always an answer. And if they happen to have the right play called, and that time they just happen to have the right play called.
I should have just run a 5-man coverage 0 deep scheme there.
They're going to need a lot of luck.
And
to even
come
have a
with
chance of coming back in this
7 guys and just tried to blitz the crap out of them.
Actually, I do that.
That's what I usually do.
Yeah, I do that quite a lot.
But I did something a little different there, right?
Yeah, well, I think you were probably hoping to score on a turnover there, right?
No, not even. I just wanted to play a little bit more of a conservative strategy instead of going all in there.
Oh.
Because they weren't quite up to my goal line yet.
Jenkins with a man in motion.
And then the coverage just totally broke down.
Aimed it off to the back. Created problems in the backfield on that. He makes his 5th stop of the game on that play. He always displays great
I think it's just about time to learn these guys a lesson again.
He might be one of the smartest.
You're tired of them stuffing their run for a loss?
He anticipates, closes,
Well,
then
overplaying it, right?
drags the ball carrier down for a loss.
Allen in motion.
I see they've got double coverage on the wide receiver out there.
Yeah,
Who's
well,
going into the flat. And they got a linebacker on Allen.
Stepping up, gets rid of it.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, was that mismatch, right?
Wow, what a terrible play call.
Well, that's what they're doing, though, right? They're overplaying the run, right?
Yeah, I'll say.
And if you bring 11 guys up to the line like that, and that's one of the things that particular pass works really well, and even on all Madden difficulty. Because even on all Madden difficulty, they don't seem to detect the fact that your halfback is now a slot wide receiver, right?
And that he's way faster than the fucking lineman covering him?
Well, no, what happens is you put that formation out there, and it's basically single back big, except that I turned it into a shotgun, right? And when I'm... Oh,
that's okay.
And when I motion the... halfback out into the slot like that, well, now it's a shotgun 3 wide receiver set, right? But the defense is still a 4-3 or something like that, so in most coverage schemes that matches a linebacker up against that halfback. And even on all Madden, like the halfback, just because of the difference in speed, he just outruns the linebacker, and then you just have to throw it down the field, you know, far enough to get it over the linebacker's head, right?
Wow, somebody went and clipped me there from the backside there.
Yeah. That's okay. Your safety came up and made the play. You see, it's funny, but on offense, the AI seems to be very aware of what kind of personnel you have on the field, because if you put a 3 nickel or a 3 dime package out there, all of a sudden they're trying to run the ball right on first down. But if you have your bigger set out there, oh, that gig got banged up again. If you have your bigger set out there, well, then they're trying to pass, right? But on defense, they don't seem to have that same awareness. And I guess it's a loophole that I'm taking advantage of by using the halfback as a slot receiver.
When you convert on 3rd down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
And the funny thing is that play works well even with a moderately fast halfback, just because linebackers, even in all Madden, are not as good at pass coverage, right?
1st and 10. Jill, what have you heard about the injury?
Well, Al, it doesn't look good. I spoke to the team doctor, and he indicated that it's the type of injury that will take some time to heal. They're hopeful that he won't be out long, but his return is doubtful.
All right, Jill,
Well, I guess he'll be out for the rest of this game anyway.
So I'm hopeful that he will be out long, and I'm glad that his return is doubtful.
4 to go. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Only one man back. Hilliard comes in motion. Dropping back. Under pressure. Throwing. He hits his receiver. Carswell stops it.
Thomas out there sleeping.
Good looking play there as they pick up the 1st down and keep
Another tackle for Carswell, though.
Well, he's not going to miss a tackle on a wide receiver. Let's be real.
They'll go from the I formation. Hilliard, the man in motion. Aimed it off to the back. Thomas with the tackle at the 37-yard line. And that was a gain of 7. Second and 3 coming up here. The defense is going to play this one very tight. Warfield, the lone setback. Pressure coming, throws it.
Wow, he's just running around all over the place back there. And
yeah, and then he just threw that one away there.
Threw that one out of bounds, yep.
Calling your defense. If the guys up front are good at creating pressure, then you don't have to blitz as often, giving you the ability to double cover an opponent's best receiver.
8th play of this drive.
What do we got here?
Warfield, the lone back.
Well, that's quite the mixture of defensive linemen there.
It's okay.
You had them shuffled, so you had defensive end playing tackle, and then a tackle playing end, and
that's okay.
9th play of this drive. Tightening up the coverage along the outside. Warfield, the lone setback. Carswell makes the stop at the 31-yard line. Warfield showed a great burst of speed after he took the handoff on that play.
Yeah, a really good call there, because the defense was sure that they were going to go with a pass play. When the ball was handed off, they kind of had to react.
yeah, if these guys could play defense as well as they played offense, this would be a close game.
The corners are backing off. They line up in the I formation. Hand it off again. Carswell is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 19-yard line. They get 2 first downs on 2 running plays.
They're looking to pound it at him right now.
And this is the 11th play of this drive. They're threatening inside the 20.
This team has been putting up good numbers inside the 20 here today.
And he can't find a way.
Yeah, that was pretty hard to catch.
Hit him in the hands, but he just couldn't hang on.
Pretty good play call on that one. Everything happened just as
With how badly off target that was thrown, he's like, I want to rack myself up a drop for this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I somehow don't think they're going to charge that one against him.
Moss, the lone setback. Moss. And he gets stuck on that one.
At this point, the offense is trying anything to find a way to move the ball downfield. Maybe they thought they could get a break for a big gain or something.
And this is the 13th play of this drive. They're in the red zone. Only one man in the backfield. Gets the pass off, and he hits his target. This is a textbook type drive.
And the thing is, everything
I don't know about that.
You're going to challenge this ball spot?
With a timeout to spare, the coach has decided it's worth the risk to see if he can get this one reversed. John, they're trying to determine exactly where they'll spot the ball.
I'll tell you what.
Because he ran backward after he caught it, right?
I don't think they're going to overturn this one.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I've seen catches like that get overturned, and I've also seen them stand up.
Yeah, well.
Unable to see anything to
Yeah.
change his mind, so the call stands.
But they took the time to make sure.
It was worth a shot.
So it's first and goal. Tightening up the coverage along the outside.
Get up, D. Get up.
Warfield lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Closing in with the pass.
Ah!
Very interesting defensive call.
I don't know, man. Our coverage has just been trash today.
Yep. Well, again, though, that's another case of why didn't that guy just move up and get right close to the receiver and stick one hand up instead of trying to jump up and catch a ball that there was no way he was going to catch, right? You can't bench everybody, though. You have to leave somebody out there.
I can damn well try to bench everybody.
And it's on its way, and he tacks on the extra point. The visiting team need a few breaks if they even want to think about the comeback.
A few breaks and then some. Might be a little late in the game to think about the comeback now.
The defense looked defenseless on that drive.
Those are the kind of drives that make the defensive coordinator scratch his head. He's saying, hey, what's going on out there?
Kansas City recovers it.
They just need to eat up clock now because they have this game pretty well in hand.
It's first and 10.
Well, you've been having a rough day today.
Yeah, I'll say.
Come out of the nickel.
But we've had a lot of passivity on defense there, too. And it's just been enough to drive you crazy.
Kicked it off to the back. Berger.
I don't know, you gotta not fling that stick around and just worry about where you're running.
Well, I was trying to get him to block that guy, though,
Defense
right?
is always very aggressive when defending the run. They're extremely disciplined. They get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
Convert for the first. They'll have to get the ball inside the 29-yard line.
Come on now. Let's do this. Wiki, come on. Set.
Jenkins sends a man in motion. He's looking, throws on the move, on the money. French makes the tackle at the 37.
Well, you can eat up the 2-minute warning here.
I can.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
Man, dog over. Cowboy up.
And we can attribute this lead to their ability
I
to
could probably
convert
make a
on third
first down if I threw this pass, though, hey?
All right. What's up? Come on. Tough D.
Surveying the field, throwing, and it's complete.
So there you go. I'll chew up the 2-minute warning and I'll throw that pass.
And now you can run the ball a whole
It's
bunch.
first and 10.
Yeah, then I can run the ball some more.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package. Jenkins sends a man in motion. Allen running with a lot of room in front. He's at the 20. Shaw records the stop at the
Hey.
If you keep getting runs like that, you're going to have to start handing it to the fullback.
I have handed it to the fullback a few times in this game.
Sometimes it's the offensive line just doing a great job of blocking. I think that play was a little bit of both.
Red 58. Red 58. Red
Calling an audible
15.
now.
Wide. Get ready. Get ready. Shut him down. Delta, switch one. Stinger. Come on now. Hey.
Passing to the left. And he hits his target. Andrews
Well.
makes the stop at the 1.
More time burning.
I guess we're running the ball again here.
Ball 1 foot away. And this is the 6th play of this drive. Just over a minute still to go.
Set.
I don't know, that looks more like almost 1.5 feet.
Yellow.
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Can't decide. Looks equally bad either direction, so...
I think the way to go is to the right.
think so.
Looks like he's changing the play. He gets the carry.
Now this is exactly how to get the ball in the end zone. Just get in behind the center and guard.
Well, it turns out that you were right.
Yep. 6 points on the board.
Well, I might not be able to play defense, but I can certainly run the ball.
I don't know, you can play defense pretty good too. I think you just were the victim of a little bit of cheesy play today, and it seemed like your secondary was not playing very well today. How do you sack their quarterback like 9 times and then still give up as much passing yardage as you did? Like, really? I mean, you got one player on the defense that's got 5 sacks all by himself.
Yeah, I really don't know what to tell you.
The defense gave up a touchdown on the last series.
We'll probably find out that they have 60 pass attempts or something in this game, right?
Well, they were running the ball quite a lot there for a while.
Yeah.
Pass play here on first down with the pass. He hits his receiver. Hasty with the stop at the 30-yard line. Nice call going to the air, and that'll move the chain. It's 1st and 10. Smith out of the gun. Under pressure, throws it. Incomplete. And they have to
I don't think that pass route was even developed.
No.
That's right. You got to have composure in these situations.
Still, though, I was getting ready to flinch when I saw that defender defend that the way he did.
Yeah, but there was a safety behind him.
Nobody in the backfield and 5 receivers. Dropping back. Pressure coming.
There's sack number 6 for Cedric Perry.
Embarrassing day for the offensive line as they've now given up 8 sacks. Tightening up the coverage along the outside.
Quite possibly another one here.
Pressure.
Yep. You know, they could have face masked him there too.
Why did they call a timeout here before they punt? Like, what would be the point of that? Yeah, Cedric Perry's got 7 sacks in this game. It's not the record, but it's a pretty good day anyway.
Here's the kick. Fair catch.
Wow.
Well, now you can kneel.
Or I could run the ball.
1st and 10. The visiting team come out in a nickel package. Number 86 moves in motion.
Whoa, going the wrong way.
That's okay, you're going to get a holding penalty.
Oh, against Parkman.
And now you got to run another play.
Really?
Holding
wow,
happens on
you
almost
can't be
every
serious.
play. It just depends on whether the official sees it.
And that run for a loss ain't going to count for nothing.
Guess not.
So this could be the last play of the game.
This is probably the last play of the game.
Yeah, you could throw a long bomb
Looks like
here.
he's calling an audible. To carry it.
Oh well, I guess that's it.
The gun signals the end of the game. The final score is Kansas City 52, Indianapolis 24. A lot of scoring, but a one-sided game.
Well, you know what? You're going to have a game like this once or twice in a season anyway. Well, there you go. I think 7 sacks is like ties the record for most sacks in a season.
Maybe.
Or in a game, I mean.
Maybe.
So they managed 118. You're right, they did run a fair bit. At 218 yards passing. So look at me, I ran for 128 yards. And we got 3 penalties for 30 yards. They had more possession time than we did. Look at that.
I know, it's painful.
How often do you see that happen?
Never.
If they could play defense, then this would have been a competitive game, right? Look at that. I was 24 out of 28 with an 82-yard touchdown pass. So I was just trying to get Calvin Allen his 100 yards for this game, but couldn't quite make it.
Ah, well.
See, I gave the ball to Golston 5 times. And we had a whole bunch of guys with 4 catches and some with 3 and a couple with 2. See, Calvin Allen had 2 catches for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
I don't throw the ball to him very often, but when I do, I score a touchdown. And Parkman got a touchdown today. And easily got 3 pancake blocks today. Look at that, eh? Perry with 11 tackles and 7 sacks. And Carswell with 7 tackles. Platt didn't get a sack today. First time this season he didn't get a sack.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. But anyway, Ben French got a sack and Roble got a sack, and you got 9 in this game. And 2 interceptions. That's the thing, too, that's really bizarre, right? You scored a defensive touchdown.
But I only got 5 pass deflections all game.
But you scored a defensive touchdown, and yet it seemed like on offense they were picking you apart at times, right? Mm-hmm. Even though you scored a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, it was just one of those games. I think probably I should have benched the whole defensive secondary sooner.
Yeah, well, he's out for 5 weeks.
Good.
But he did throw 2 interceptions in addition to his 2 touchdowns. And the backup only completed 45% of his passes. Look at this guy. He completed this. He must be a pretty good quarterback because he completed 78% of his passes, right? But look at this. They were throwing all short passes. They were playing possession-style football, right? And running the ball a lot, like you said.
Yeah, 28 attempts.
Yeah. So that would explain their unusual offensive success,
That's a lot
I think.
of running the ball for an AI team.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the AI team, we've twisted them into knots enough that they're starting to run the ball now.
Well, they did throw the ball 39 times, right? Against 28 rushing attempts. So they're still more passing than running, but still, that is enough running that you could almost call that offense balanced, right?
Yeah, well, they didn't really give up on it until they were far behind.
Yeah, and this guy was the guy you were talking about probably. He was just giving you fits all game long. He caught 13 passes. Like, look at this. And not a drop either, right? So, yeah, I mean, he was just about their entire offense. They only got 2 drop passes with all those pass attempts too, right?
Well, they are a receiving team, right? Like an air-it-out team.
Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely tell.
But it didn't matter what kind of coverage I put out there. I just couldn't stop them from throwing against that guy. Yep. I tried zone defenses, I tried blitzes, I tried man coverage, I tried jam coverage.
Yep, they just seem to always be able to keep you
just
off
that one
balance.
guy, just him.
See that? If it wasn't for those last 2 plays that I ran at the end of the game, I would have only had 2 runs for a loss. And of course I had the fumble, right, which was not good. But I guess he's got that out of his system. We should be good for the rest of the season now. Well, who do you think the player of the game is? Is it Cedric Perry with 7 sacks?
No. It's going to be Bo Jenkins.
Yep, the offense gets all the glory. All right. Bo Jenkins throws 5 touchdown passes. Well, that's another week in the books, I guess.
Yep.
So, until next time,
I'm RecV5.
and I'm Sandman99.
Have a good one.